Welcome to another day in the life of a window cleaner. So today we have a house wash, driveway cleaning, patio cleaning, and window cleaning for exteriors. So to start out, we're doing the house wash first, that way we don't drip on the clean windows. I'm going to go through and tape up all of the outlets, everything electrical that I don't want to get wet. Now we're not going to use bleach because there's surprisingly enough no organic stains on this house. It's only about 2 or 3 years old, but we do have a lot of rust stains on the bottom 2 or 3 feet all around the house. So we're going to hit it with some pressure, and then I'll spray a little bit of the rust remover on top of the places where there's still spots left over, and then I'll just give the whole house a good spray of just some old-fashioned soap. We want to make sure we get rid of all the bugs, cobwebs, dust, dirt, all that stuff that can get up there. So here I am using a pump-up sprayer. This is just to touch up some of the brighter spots that were kind of left over where the pressure wasn't enough. I don't want to use too high of a pressure either. It's brick with lots of mortar, and I don't want to blow that mortar out of the joints. So I just used a low to moderate pressure on that rust, and thankfully most of it came off without even applying a detergent. So this is just for those leftover stains. I'm going to go through, get the entire house with this over the bottom 2 feet, and then once that sets and dwells for a little while, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with that other mix, just the soap water, and rinse it off real good. I've got an 8.5 gallon per minute machine, so things can move pretty quickly. Maybe not as fast as the picture you see, but in real life, I finished this house in about 2 to 2.5 hours. I believe it was just shy of 4,000 square feet, so as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough time for me. Okay, so now I'm just spraying that soap water onto the side of the house. Let that sit in there a little bit. I don't mind it getting on the windows. It's pretty good for the glass, as a matter of fact. Makes the window cleaning go a little bit faster. Is it just me, or is it satisfying to watch that soap get sprayed onto the side of houses? I just can't help watching it. Now that house is starting to look shiny. I only had to let it dwell for about 10-15 minutes. I really just wanted to get it wet with the soap, get rid of those cobwebs, and knock everything down. So now I'm just going to give it a good rinse, and the house is looking as good as new. Now onto the front and that last corner of the house. I prefer to work in sections, so in this instance I went around to the back and did around that corner, the far right side, and the back of the house. That was what I did first. Then I sprayed the left side, and now I got to the front and that front right corner. When I do 2 sides at a time, that usually gives enough time to get everything sprayed and let it dwell long enough to do its work before I go back and rinse it off. And you let it stay too long, and obviously it will start drying on you a little bit too soon, and we don't want that now, do we? Okay, so we're getting to the end of the house wash. Next we're going to clean the driveway. While I was cleaning the house, I was able to spray down the patio as well. So anyways, the total for the house wash was $720 plus tax. Not bad for the first 2 hours. Okay, so like I said, I already touched up the back patio while I was rinsing off the awning. There was no organic stains, it was just covered in dirt, so I was able to just rinse it while I was there. Now I'm going to work on the patio. I'm spraying on a little bit of bleach on there. Again, everything is fairly new, so there's not much as far as organic stains. But I hit this once with a light coat of bleach, and then I went back over afterwards and spot checked the driveway for some with some rust remover, because there was some more rust stains there as well. But all in all, it went fairly well without any hiccups. Alright, so that's the driveway. I'm just spot checking now with that rust remover. The total bill for the flat work, which was the driveway and the rear patio, was $298 plus tax. Now on to the window cleaning. I went inside first, didn't show this, but I removed all the screens and made sure I had good access to that glass. Hard to clean glass when the screens are in front. So I actually had to go inside, change my clothes. I had been soaking wet, and I always carry at least 1 or 2 backup shirts in the truck. And usually I just hope that my shorts dry off quick enough so that I can go inside. Now, I don't know how much you know about water-fed pole systems, but they are fantastic. It's a life changer for me. I used to do traditional window cleaning on the outside on every single job, but once I learned about the water-fed systems, I probably put on 5 pounds or so from not climbing the ladders as much, but I definitely appreciate not having to do that every time. Anyways, with this water-fed pole, I scrub the frames really well. I start with the upstairs windows first on one side of the house. Once the frames are scrubbed, I can start scrubbing the glass. And once I get it all scrubbed up real good, I move on to the next pane and let it sit for a little while. You want the top edge of it and the frames to dry before you rinse everything off. Otherwise, you'll start getting drip marks down on your clean glass, and you have to go back, and it's like starting over at the beginning again. So again, I start at the top. Once the top stops dripping, I start doing the bottom windows and have the same process. Start with the frames, top to bottom, then hit the glass edges first, and then interior of the glass. Work my way from the top to bottom and from the outside to inside. Okay, for cleaning the screens, I always use the Zero screen cleaner. The thing is like a magic beast. Works real well, very efficient. It's kind of pricey for what it is. It's a very rudimentary product in my opinion, but there's nothing else that's better on the market, so I'll still keep using it. After cleaning the screens, I had to go back and fix these 2 windows. They were the ones on the patio, and they had been so grimy that the water-fed pole just didn't cut it. So I hit it one more time with steel wool and trad tools, and everything was sparkly after that. I was able to go back inside, put all the screens back in their place, say goodbye to the customer, and get the invoice emailed to them right after that. So all in all, window cleaning was an additional $252. Alright, so that's a day. 6.5 hours, $1,270 plus tax with the invoice. Everything went without a hitch. I did get a little wet out there with the pressure washer. Doing the house wash, I kind of had to go underneath the canopy, and while I was spraying the ceiling, got covered. So I had to change clothes and get a new hat on before I could go back inside to take out the screens. Anyways, just another day in the office. You guys have a good one.